First Class Tackle TV, Premier Fishing Television.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Alex, First Class Tackle. We're coming at you guys here from the trout zone of the Lower Guadalupe River. This is Camp Waco Springs, and today we're fly fishing, mostly using the new pattern for this year, which is the Dave Stone. Came up with it, kind of developed it last year, tied on a beadhead, stone nymph. You can go to our website, number 1 stclasstackle.com, firstclasstackle.com, and check out that fly and all the other flies we have for sale. During this trip, I was lucky enough to join Eddie Gonzales of Anytime Outdoors and a client that he had that day who hadn't ever fly fished before and just wanted to catch his first fish on the fly. They had gone through some casting and how to set the hook, and he was really eager to get his first one. And actually, before we turned the camera on, we made sure that he'd caught a few before we jumped in and caught a few also, and pretty much just spent the rest of the day hanging out and catching fish. You can see the water we're fishing is right in front of us. The stretch isn't very long or very wide, but I mean, it was chock full of fish that day, and all we were really doing was casting across it, letting the current carry our fly line down, and then you can either feel the strike or you can see the hesitation in your line. As they say, if it moves, it ticks, set the hook, because it's probably a fish. Even the guy we were helping that day, he didn't really believe us. Everything we were telling him was a strike was really a strike, because you can barely feel it sometimes, especially with the smaller trout, these stalker trout. But by the end of the day, when we pulled 50, 60, 75 fish out of this one hole, he was a believer. He understood that they can really just, the shy bite, the real light bite is almost impossible to feel, and it really opens your eyes, I think, when you start to fly fish and do that. So that was kind of what we were doing for most of these fish, just kind of casting out and, like I said, letting the current drift our line through. We're using the Dave Stone, and had amazing results that day. It was just chock full of fish. Everything worked out. All of this video that you're seeing from this shot here is all about 25 minutes long, and I think all said and done, inside the 25 minutes I think we catch about 18, 19 fish. Here at the end, it's gonna get real hot and heavy. Everybody moves down to try a different hole, and I decide to hang out and try a different method. So keep watching and see what happens. So I'm sure that you have better things to do than to sit here all day and watch us catch fish on YouTube. So I decided not to show you every fish, but to show you we caught fish after fish after fish after fish. And every one of those was a different fish. If you guys want to come by my house, I can show you the video uncut. You'll see it all, but I saved you some time there. And then this last section here that we're about to watch, I made a huge change in my tactic. Instead of letting the current take the line and using the resistance of the water to still feel the bite, basically fishing with a big U in my line, I did something I generally don't like to do. I went to a strike indicator. Now, I don't use those huge thingamabobbers. I use the small little football ones, the tiny ones, and I decided I was just going to use that and kind of dead stick it right in front of me with a straight line and see how that went. So here is 5 fish in 2 minutes and 46 seconds starting now. There's the first one. I just kind of walked out there. I was dead sticking it, kind of keeping close to the water. Caught that guy there. and I had before this had gone ahead and made that change. So I'm using the strike indicator right now, which I generally don't do. You know, in this situation, it was definitely appropriate. You can see, you know, my cohorts, my fishing buddies, they're heading down to the other holes. They've pretty much, it's gotten a little tougher in this hole. They're not biting as easily and quickly as they were, so they want to go to greener waters. But I kind of changed my method, and I was going to stick it out. I had the one, and I thought there might be more. So I get my line back out in the water. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, missed a bite. So kind of got my line back out there. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, there he is. And that was the kind of day we were having. You know, it changed my tactics, and I got him to bite again. And there's been other days where, you know, if I move down just to the end of the tail, or instead of the front of the tail, or the middle of the tail, you know, you can work different areas and then different depths of water too. That's also real important. I've caught trout way up high, and then when they stop biting way up high, I've had to move down a little deeper and get the guys that were below them that, you know, hadn't been abused by my bait yet. So that helps. I think we're coming up here. This is going to be fish number 3 or 4 here for sure. It's got to be fish number 3, I think. There you go. This is all real time. There's some people up on the hill here, and they were asking me how I was doing, and so I was answering back, telling them that I was doing all right. Yeah, I think I'd pick up number 4 here. Right about now. So there's number 4. And this is all real time. There's no cuts in this last 2 minutes and 46 seconds or whatever it is. I just kind of walked out and I put my line in, and that started this section. So, and there goes back number 4. Put my line back out, and hammer number 5. So this is always our local taco stop on the way to the river, on the way home. Comal Tacos, best tacos in town by far. This little video was another day, you know, one where we were just kind of having fun and forgot to set up the camera. So I've got my limit. I'm reserving myself to enjoying a cold one, and Eddie is going to show you exactly how easy it is on a good day to catch a fish. So here we go. He's cast it out. I'm setting up the camera, and I'm going to go ahead and walk over there to him. And I think about the time I get there, he goes and boats a fish. So, you know, the tough part is that when it's this good of fishing, it's really hard to set up the cameras, and, you know, sometimes you just want to enjoy the day. And as, I guess, guys in the industry, sometimes just like you, we just want to fish. So this was a day we decided, let's set up the camera and let's at least get a little clip. So this is definitely a little trout take, without question. And there it is. That's a good one. That's a good, you know, 10-11 incher. Not bad. That's how easy it is. And that was on our hand poured trout worms. You know, the 3-inch trout worm that we sell on our website. Again, First Class Tackle, 1st classtackle.com. You can get those on our site. Video here is me and Tuner, from the owner of SanAntonioFishingForum.com, down at the Put and Take, again, Camp Waco Springs. I think Tuner's using our Trout Tricks dough bait there. It's a custom made dough bait that we use with a lot of the same food particles that they would use in the fish hatcheries. It works really well on the stocker trout. You really can't go wrong. I'm using a clear bobber that we sell, and I've got about a 18 to 24 inch leader, 4-pound test fluorocarbon with our Dave Stone on it, and I'm just casting across the current, letting the current hook the line, move it down river. Actually, right there, if you look to the other side of Tuner, you'll see my fish on the other side of the humper on the right side. You'll see how much line I have out. I've got a big bow in my line as the current takes it, and it's going to keep moving that fly down through the feeding area as they're sitting there in the current. And the important part is that my fish tries to grow legs there and run away. Luckily he's too small, so I help him find the water. Like I was saying, the important part is to make sure that you're fly is moving at the same speed as the current, so it looks as natural as possible. You know, when a bug's going down river and they're going to eat it and it's coming toward them, it helps to have it go the same speed as the flow. So I got a lot of line out. It takes me a long time to get them in. I think right here, that's probably number 4 for me. And I think after this, I kind of relegate myself to sitting on the rock and enjoying the day while I wait to pick up number 5. And Tuner's not too far behind. He's going to go ahead and pick him up a few too here at the end. And this was a really good day. We had a lot of fun this day. So here's Tuner. He's coming back again. Gonna put the hurting on another trout. This looks like a nice one. See him lift it up, and yeah, that one's not too bad. You know, you're gonna average between probably 9 and 10 inches for most trout, but you'll get some in the 12, 14 inch range out here. You know, even 16. I've seen a few. So this is it. You know, this is us down at the put and take on our days off, getting a little video, doing what we like to do, catching fish. So fish with first class tackle. Make sure you're on the fishing forum. And if you want more information on the Trout Tricks dough bait, make sure you visit our website, firstclasstackle.com. We're going to have another trout take coming up for you right now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like us. Don't forget to follow us. So this video here, this is another time down at the put and take, and I'm again with Anytime Outdoors, and he's got some clients. Now these clients, they had gone out with him already once, and it had been a really tough day, and Eddie kind of felt bad about it a little bit, so he invited them back out free of charge on another day that they could make, you know, and he asked me if I'd like to go and tag along, so of course I jumped on the chance. And as you can see, the fish cooperated. I can't say that I caught a ton of fish in this video clip that day. I know we did go to another hole, and I think we caught 30 or 40 out of it, so you know, it ended up being a good day, but it was definitely one of the days where the fish weren't necessarily cooperating for me while the camera was on. But you know, fish are going to be fish, and you can't always make them do what you wish they would. You can see this water's a little slower than the water we were fishing before, so you know, we're using a little different technique. We're having to imply a little more action on the flies than we were in the fast water. You know, the fish here, they have a little more time to look at it, and you can see the guy that ends up boating the most fish is actually using a conventional tackle with an inline spinner, so he's not fly fishing for him. He's using like a Meps or, you know, Blue Fox, Agalia, something like that. And he did really well that day. He kept trying to convince his buddies to go over there and join him, but you know, we had to get over there and into the deep water, and I guess they were fine where they were at. They were confident that they were going to catch fish too, and everybody did. Everybody had a great time. Kudos to Eddie and Anytime Outdoors for doing that for those folks and bringing them back out a second time. I thought that was really cool of him. You know, and here he is again. You know, he's out there in the deep water catching them. You can see the trees. You can see there's kind of a cut bank there, so it's real deep all the way to shore, and the fish were kind of hanging out over there. Now he's mocking us. Yeah, come on over here, guys. Come on. And you know, the guy just kept putting us to shame. So after you catch all those fish, what do? You cook them. You gotta cook them. So this is rainbow trout fried up with some butter in a pan, a little bit of spices. It's delicious. You know, I want to throw a special thanks to Eddie Gonzales with Anytime Outdoors. Great guy, got me out there and put me on some fish, and also got some clients on his fish. So if you guys need to go out there next season and get on the rainbow trout, I suggest you definitely give him a call. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like us. Have a good one. See you on the water.